Hello and welcome to another Magic the Gathering unboxing. This is the fifth and final unboxing from the Dragon's Maze intro packs. This is our red-green Gruul Siege pack. So we'll open this up. As you can see, there's a Rurik Thar the Unbound, our legendary creature foil. So let's open this up. And also have a quick look at how to play. Okay, so not surprisingly for Guild Gates, Gruul's, it's got 10 mountains and 12 forests. Okay, so looks like we're going to be seeing Blood Rush in this deck, and obviously a very strong creature bias deck, creature combat bias deck. And there's obviously another fuse card in here. And then there's suggestions about what to do in terms of modifying the deck. So they're talking about Rubble Hulk and the red-green Planeswalker Domria Raid as being a good match basically in any Gruul deck. Okay, so let's have a look at the deck itself. So there's our legendary creatures that we're getting with all these decks. This is Rurik Thar the Unbound, or red-green there. So Rurik Thar is a 6/6 legendary creature ogre warrior for 4 colourless red-green. It's got Vigilance, Reach, and Rurik Thar the Unbound attacks each turn if able. Whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, Rurik Thar deals 6 damage to that player. Now notice it says whenever a player, so if this is in play and you cast a non-creature spell, then it's going to do 6 damage to you. So we've got, next up we've got Gruul Warrior. It's got an ability which allows it to be pumped for a cost of 5 and a green. But as it comes into play, it's just a normal 2/2 for 1 and a green. As Tar Druid, red-green, 1/1, but you can use it to generate green mana, and also when you tap it, 4 mana, it deals 1 damage to each opponent, and there's 2 of those in the deck, 3 of those in the deck. So we've got some green ramping there. Slaughterhorn, 2 and a green for a 3/2 with Blood Rush. So the Blood Rush ability, just to recap, on this card we pay green, discard Slaughterhorn, target attacking creature gets +3/+2 until end of turn. Feral Animist, it's got a pump spell attached to it. So it's 1 red-green to cast for a 2/1, but for 3 colourless it gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is its power. 2 of those. Cobble Brute, 3 red for a 5/2, no special abilities on that. There's 2 of those. Rubble Belt Maca, it's got Blood Rush on it as well, so the Blood Rush cost on that is 1 red. And there's 3 of those. Viashino Shank Tail, also Blood Rush, but the cost on this one is 2 and a red. You discard the card, target attacking creature gets +3/+1 and gains first strike until end of turn. And this card itself also has first strike on it, and there's 2 of those. The gatekeepers in this pack are the Ceruli gatekeepers, and when they enter the battlefield, if you control 2 or more gates, you gain 7 life. And again, there are 2/4 for 3 and a green. 2 of those. Gore Clan Rampager has Trample and Blood Rush. Blood Rush cost on this one is red and a green, and for that and discarding it, target attacking creature gets +4/+4 and gains Trample until end of turn. Blood Rush 1 red green, discard Zertar Swine, target attacking creature gets +5/+4 until end of turn. So that's the Blood Rush on Zertar Swine, but normally if you play it, it's for 3 colourless red green, it's a 5/4. So remember, this is a discard thing here. It's not a sacrifice, it's a discard. Ripscale Predator, 4 and 2 red for a 6/5. It can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. Ruination Worm, 4 red green for a 7/6, and there are 2 of those. Scarred Goliath, 6 and 2 green for a 9/9, has Trample. It's got Blood Rush, so for 5 and 2 green, you can discard it and give a target attacking creature +9/+9, and also give it Trample until end of turn. Then we have our 4 Gruul Guild Gates in here, and the rest of our mana base. And as with the other intro packs we've seen so far, all of this is Return to Ravnica land, or Return to Ravnica artwork. And moving on to our forests. Obviously this is red-green. So let's see what support cards we've got here. So we have Pit Fights for 1 red or green. And it's an instant, target creature you control fights another target creature. Ground Assault. This deals damage to target creature equal to the number of lands you control. That's red and a green to cast that, and there are 2 of those. We've got a Gruul Clue Stone, as is in all the other decks, and this one generates red or green, and again you can replace it for a cost of red-green by basically sacrificing it, drawing a card. It's 3 colours to cast, as are all the Clue Stones. There's 2 of those. Predator's Rapport. So 2 and a green, choose target creature you control, you gain life equal to the creature's power plus its toughness. Gruul War Chant, 2 red green for an enchantment that what it does, it gives each attacking creature you control +1/+0, and they can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. And there's 2 of those. Volcanic Geyser, X red. Volcanic Geyser deals X damage to target creature or player. And our fuse card, as we're seeing a fuse card in every one of these intro decks, Armed and Dangerous. So 1 and a red, sorcery, target creature gets +1/+1 and gains double strike until end of turn. Dangerous, 3 and a green, all creatures able to block target creature this turn do so. So if we fuse these together, the cost would be 2 colourless red-green. So there's our deck. And just again to remember, as we've been through the sort of non-creature spells, just remember to watch out with this, with the legendary creature in the deck, because the ability said whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, Rurik Thal deals 6 damage to that player. So just be careful when this comes into play. So we're on the lookout for red or green stuff, or colourless as well. Let's going to help with this deck. So we've got Hasta Snare Squad, Armoured Wolf Rider, so nothing so far. We have an Azorius Cluestone, which we can use to fix for white or blue. Hidden Strings. And we've got Ubal Sar Gatekeepers, Mivik Cyclops, blue-red. Punish the enemy. So we've seen this before. 4 and a red deals 3 damage to target creature and 3 damage to target. Sorry, I keep saying that. 3 damage to target player and 3 damage to target creature. Deputy of Acquittals, white-blue. We've got a Gruul Cluestone. So an additional one. We've got 2 in the deck, and we just pulled another one. Crypt Incursion is in black. Moving on to our uncommons, Jelena Sphinx, white-blue. Scab Clan Giant. So 4 green, red, 4 red, green. For 4/5, when Scab Clan Giant enters the battlefield, it fights target creature and opponent controls chosen at random. War Leader's Helix is in red-white. Legion's Initiative. So this is a mythic. So let's have a look at this. So red-white to cast. It's an enchantment. Red creatures you control get +1/+0. White creatures you control get +0/+1. And for red and white, exile Legion's Initiative. Exile all creatures you control. At the beginning of the next combat, return those creatures to the battlefield under their owner's control, and those creatures gain haste until end of turn. We've got another Guildgate. This is in green and white, Selesnya Guildgate. And a Centaur token. So, of note in the booster and relevant to what we're doing here, we've got our Scab Giant, Scab Clan Giant, another Gruul Cluestone, and a Punish the Enemy, and the mythic was the Legion's Initiative. So, final booster. In blue we have Mind Static, Mutant's Prey. So I've got a green card here. Let's see what it does. So 1 green there. Target creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it fights target creature opponent and opponent controls. Sunspire Gatekeeper. It's in white, so another Gatekeeper. I don't know if we've seen one of these yet in these boosters, but so with this one, it's enter the battlefield ability, providing you control 2 or more Gatekeepers. Puts a 2/2 white knight creature token with vigilance onto the battlefield. Golgari Cluestone, so that one does black or green. Beetleform Mage, 1 green blue. Bane Alley Blackguard. Murmuring Phantasm. Another Gruul Cluestone. So for 3 colourless, again, cast that, and we can tap it to add red or green. So if we were to use this, we would have a complement of 4 Cluestones. Maze Sentinel, one of the maze cycles. Pilfered Plans, blue and black, that one. Sin Collector, so we're moving on to our uncommons in this booster. That's white-black. Showstopper, black-red. Wear and Tear is a fuse card in red and white, so here we go. Okay, so we have a rare here. We've got Tajik Blade of the Legion, legendary creature, human soldier in Boros colours. It's a 2/2. Tajik Blade of the Legion is indestructible. It's got battalion on it. Whenever Tajik and at least 2 other creatures attack, Tajik gets +5/+5 until end of turn. And we have a Gruul Guildgate. which is in, of course, red and green. And then we've got a bird token. So yeah, it's an interesting booster in that we got a lot of on-colour fixing here. We've got our Gruul Gilgate, our Gruul Cluestone, and then our sort of non-fixing card that we pulled was a Mutant's Prey in green. Okay, so there we have the final intro pack opening for Dragon's Maze. That was the Gruul Siege deck that we had there with our Rick Thal the Unbound as our legendary foil. Thanks for watching.